We flew out from Copenhagen and made our way to Reykjavik, the capital of Iceland. We picked up our car at the airport and drove to the Golden Circle to explore the geyser and the waterfalls. Continued to Skogafoss, amazing waterfall. Further out east to the Black Sand Beach. Went on to the Diamond Beach and the glacier of Jökulá. And ended up in Stocknes, the very eastern part of Iceland. Before heading back to a very unique urban swimming pool. And afterwards to Reykjavik before our journey ended. Welcome to this episode from the travel book. We're here in gorgeous Iceland right now, sitting at this amazing glacier, waiting for the sun to set. Just right behind this beautiful spot. To begin with, a few people have asked the travel book, what is it? And and it's not just me; it's my girlfriend Caroline as well. We have this travel blog together, and most recently we decided to try to do this a bit more full-time, since this is what we enjoy the most, traveling around and trying to find the most unique locations. So a bit what you'll see in this video is also locations we've decided to explore. As you might can see here, it's just my friend Christopher and I who I'm traveling with. There's no one else. It's quite amazing. You see these beautiful mountains everywhere, you have the water, you have the glacier, and there's literally not one person. It's only a 40 minutes trekking hike from here to the car, so it's a bit amazing that we're able to have these locations for ourselves. But we've been up early to get the right sunrise location, and the same in the evening, trying to find beautiful spots for the sunset. And a lot of the places I'm not able to pronounce, so I'm just going to put a little bit of a title below when you see something. Hopefully that will work out, but can't wait to show you. We are sitting here with another beautiful glacier in Iceland. In Iceland, very important actually. It's not on Iceland, even though it is an island. Iceland used to belong to Denmark, where we originally come from. But back in 1944, it became an independent country, and that's why it's very important to say in Iceland, not on Iceland. Just a little fun fact. Well, Iceland, it's called the land of ice and fire, and there's a few of these massive glaciers around. It's so beautiful, but what makes it even more beautiful is that there's literally no one around. We've been on this trek for around an hour or so. We didn't see anyone so far, and it's not even that early. The thing I would like to tell you guys is that even though that these are national parks and there's a lot of trails and ways you can go, sometimes information is not in English, but only in Icelandic. So be careful and not always just follow a trail, because we have ended up at some of these narrow small tracks with A lot of slippery stones, a lot of water coming down from the mountains, and especially now around October, November, December, when there's a bit of changing in the weather, it can become real slippery. So yeah, make sure that you're equipped for the walk, and it's not an embarrassing to stop like we did now. We kind of acknowledge that we're not going to make it to the bottom of this, because otherwise we might end up down there somewhere. Another thing, to get into some of these beautiful scenic places, it really requires that you get a four-wheel drive. It doesn't have to be one of these massive, enormous buses. You see almost like monster trucks here in Iceland, and it's not necessary. You can get a lot of regular, outstandingly good cars, which doesn't cost a lot, but it's so important that you have a four-wheel drive. We couldn't have managed to get around Iceland if we didn't have this. So four-wheel drive, check. Another thing, make sure that you have the clothing. The weather is changing daily. The first day we got here, we had almost a blizzard of snow just coming in. It was impossible to find the roads. People were getting out of the car, pushing each other along the way. Some of these things happen. A few hours later, it's all blue sky, sunny, and you never know in Iceland. But one thing is for sure, it's one of the most amazing countries I've ever seen, and the nature is just outstanding. It doesn't remind me of anything else or anywhere else I've been around in the globe, so it's definitely worth a visit. Another attraction that you might have heard of is the Blue Lagoon. Iceland is, as mentioned, called the land of fire and ice, and from the ground you have a lot of boiling water coming up, which creates a few of these geothermal pools around. This is what we would recommend as you're visiting, not instead of the Blue Lagoon, because it's two different things, but right over there you have a place where all the nice local people come to have a small swim. It used to be a bit more secret. We did see another couple out here, but besides that, only a few local people came around to have their morning dip. So let's see what it looks like. Something we were not aware of before arriving in Iceland was actually that the food here in Iceland is so extremely well. Plenty of good seafood. Right now we're sitting in a restaurant and we've been recommended by this local photographer we met, and it's Arctic lobster. The prices for going out for dinner, in general, all prices in Iceland is a bit higher than what we're used to in Europe. What we paid so far for dinners is very compared to what we're used to in Europe for a good restaurant. And the quality is just, I'm not gonna say better, but it's dreamy. So hopefully it's good. I'm standing at probably number 1 or 2 on the TripAdvisor list of must-see places in Iceland. The only difference is, as you might be able to see, I'm all by myself. And this is a place called Skogafoss, as you might have read or heard about. It's legendary, it's beautiful, but definitely don't recommend going in the daytime. Always go when the sun rises or in the sunset. This is when you have everything for yourself in Iceland. Enjoy! Hopefully you are now a bit closer to booking that flight ticket to Iceland. We hope you enjoyed looking whatever we had to show you guys. Something that was not possible to catch on video, unfortunately, was the magnificent Northern Light. Something we saw 3-4 times actually. And we do a lot of photography as well, and we link everything to our Instagram account that you can see here below. But these are a few examples of what the Northern Light looks like on pictures, and I swear it's just as beautiful in real life. So these are not manipulated pictures just to give you these nice photos. Another thing is that there's a few precautions when it comes to driving around Iceland, the weather forecast, these kind of things. There's a link below in the description that show you to our website, where we've informed you about some websites that we've used. Also some apps we've used to explore and catch the Northern Light. It's a bit of a Northern Light hunt as soon as you're there in Iceland, but if any questions, you're always more than welcome to comment below or contact us. But thanks for now. Stay in touch.